This video is going to be about checking the coolant fan. I know you guys were talking about maybe getting some more hands-on, and I understand the unfortunate situation we're in. But I did find these worksheets that you can do. It doesn't require any tools and get you out and looking at a car. So hopefully you'll find this fun and informative. But you won't need very many tools. The only thing you'll really need is an owner's manual, a flashlight, and the document that I'm going to put up on Canvas that you can download. So let's get started. Okay, this is inspecting the cooling fan, and this is the worksheet that I've put up on Canvas for you to download. So we're going to start just by filling this out. So we're going to be looking at my POS vehicle here, and today's date's the May 1st. Can't believe we're in May already. All right, so this is going to be a 1997 Chev Suburban. And I'm not going to worry about putting the VIN number down. And the evaluation is for, usually when I grade these things, that's the evaluation marks that I use, but we're not going to worry about that. If you just complete the task, or complete this thing and submit it, I'll give you points for it. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to go through and we're going to identify all 6 of these items. So first of all, we need to identify what type of cooling fans we have, and if they're mechanical, whether or not the clutch works, and check the mechanical fan for proper operation by placing cardboard over the front of the radiator, and start the engine and allow the engine to reach operating temperature. As the temperature increases, then the fan noise should increase as well. So we're going to do that as along the way here. We're also going to inspect the cooling fan shroud to see if there's anything that needs to be attended to that, and then inspect the air dam underneath the vehicle, and also perform or from the inspection above, is there any necessary action that needs to take place. So that's kind of the outline of what we're going to do. Now actually I would put this one down here at the bottom. I'm going to go through and I'm going to do an inspection on everything first, and then I'll start the vehicle up and make sure that the fan is actually working. So with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at the vehicle. Okay, so we're looking at the cooling fan here. If I get my camera adjusted. We're looking at the cooling fan here. This is actually a mechanical fan, so it's not driven by electricity, it's driven by the engine itself. And so just looking at it right here, I think I showed you on the engine walk-around video, if you did that one, the engine component location video. This silver thing right here that I got my flashlight pointing to right here, that is your clutch for the fan. Now, before you start the vehicle up, the engine's cold. One of the things that you should check is to make sure that the fan actually turns. Now, it shouldn't spin free. If you notice that, I spin it like that and it only spins a little bit. That's the way it's supposed to be. Now, if you take the fan and you spin it like that and it spins, that's a worn out clutch. So this one here is actually working the way it's supposed to, at least right now while it's cold. We're also going to take a look at the fan shroud. So we're going to take a look. You can see the camera shadow there. We're going to look at the fan shroud, and I don't see any cracks or anything. All the screws are still there in the fan shroud, so everything looks good as far as this fan shroud goes. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the air dam. The air dam is this little guy right here, and on this Suburban, the air dam that's all it is. There are some vehicles that actually have a little more intricate air dam, but as we walk along here, we're going to make sure that it's all there and it's not broken. What that does is it helps channel the air into the radiator. So if you look right up here through the grill, you can see the air conditioning condenser, and the radiator is just behind that. And so the air dam helps channel the air up through so that it goes where it's supposed to on the radiator. I've got the engine started, and we're going to bring it up to operating temperature. So it's still pretty cold right now. And what I've done is I've blocked off the radiator. So I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, you may need a piece of cardboard or cloth or something like this. I just used an old fender cover and some 100-mile-an-hour duct tape there. If you are duct taping stuff to your vehicle, you might want to not use the real sticky stuff because you don't want to stick it to the paint and then have some problems trying to get the adhesive off the paint. So we're just going to let the vehicle warm up here in a minute, and then I'll show you how to check the fan. One of the things that I do to help the engine warm up a little faster is just bring it up to about 2,500 RPM or so and just hold it there. So what I'm doing is I'm just lifting up on the throttle plate and holding it there. This engine's been running for about 10 minutes now, and it feels like it's at full operating temperature. What you should be feeling is you should hear a change in the fan. So if we look at the fan down here, you should see a change or hear a change in the way the fan kind of moves air. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shut the vehicle off, and we're going to test the fan to see if it's stiffened up at all. Sometimes when you rev the engine up like this, you can hear a change in the fan. I don't know whether you can hear that on the camera or not, but when I first revved it up, it sounded like a big roar, and you can feel a lot more hot air coming up through here. So this fan is working. Sometimes when you shut the vehicle off after you've been running it and the engine's at operating temperature, the fan doesn't want to turn very well. And so this one here is taking a little bit of effort to just move it that much. And so this one here, it's not completely locked up, but it's working. So anyway, that's basically how you check a fan. The other thing to check is if you have an electric fan, do the same thing. You block off the front of the radiator and then just run the vehicle and watch for the fan to come on. You should be able to see the fan come on, so whatever the operating temperature is, and it'll come on low speed a lot of times, and then it'll kick on to high speed, and then it'll shut back off again once the temperature goes down a little bit. So with an electric fan, it's pretty easy. You just block off the radiator, start the vehicle up, and wait for the fan to come on. Watch your temperature gauge if you have one. Make sure that your temperature doesn't get up into the red, but it'll go up a little bit higher than normal, and then the fans kick on and it comes back into the normal range. So that's how you check a fan. So hopefully you have fun with this worksheet. To finish this video, all we have to do is just finish up the paperwork. So we have an engine-driven fan. It's not electric, not hydraulic operated. Mechanical clutch is fluid or silicone, and is there any leakage or damage? It's okay, there's no leakage or damage. You would describe any kind of fault there. And then we performed our operating test, and it was okay. And we checked the fan shroud, it was okay. We checked the air dam, it was okay. And from the above inspection, what necessary action needs to be taken? And I'm just going to write none. And that's it. So pretty easy, straightforward, gives you an opportunity to check out your vehicle, see what kind of system you have on there, and that concludes this.